Mubarak. Yes, guys, Assalamu alaikum. We're back with Eid the vlog, so Eid Mubarak, and we did punting, and I'm so excited to show you guys. A lot of you guys wanted the Eid day vlog, and in Eid we did punting, and I'm really excited for this. So let's go, guys. Let's get on to the video. Sure to give us a big thumbs up and subscribe and share this video with your family, friends, and relatives.
Hi guys, today we're gonna go hunting on the river with boats, and there's 12 of us.
We are 11.
Actually 11.
Okay.
Alright guys, off we go. So, sorry, I caught some of your names, but not all of your names. My name is Caleb. I will be your chauffeur for today. As you said, I'll tell you a little about all the colleges that we're going past. I'll tell you some funny stories, some of the history, and anything you'd like to know. So I grew up here. This is my hometown, so I don't go to university here. So I feel very happy telling you all about it, alright? I think first, a few introductions. So, in the front, what are all your names, guys? Anita, lovely to meet you. So it can be a bit busy. This time of day it should be quite empty, but just watch your hands and feet on the side, alright? Because as we go past other boats, it can get a little bit careful with the pinching of the fingers. It's a very easy way to break a finger, unfortunately, but we'll avoid that today, okay? So this isn't actually the college yet. So this is actually a flat owned by Magdalen College. Do not worry, I will tell you everything there is to know about the river as we go past. So these are actually a set of flats, and they are owned by the college opposite, which is Magdalen College. Whereas King's College, further up the river, you'll see, is far more left wing. And the same goes for subjects. So though you can study anything at any college, King's, for example, is better known for literature and politics, whereas Trinity is very well known for maths and sciences. And I'll tell you about each of those as we go past. This first college on our right, this is Magdalen College, and it's spelt Magdalen, M-A-G, and you'll see on the little side of the white van as you go past how it's spelt. But it was founded by a man named Sir Thomas Audley, and he fell out with Henry VIII, and so Henry VIII told him, you are not allowed to name the college after yourself. Instead, you have to name it after someone from the Bible. So he went to the Bible and he found the most similar name he could, which was Magdalene, Mary Magdalene. Instead, though, he used the Latin pronunciation, which is Magdalene, and has the word Audley, his name, right in the middle. So he had to make it subtle enough that Henry wouldn't notice, but also blatant enough that he would still be in the history books with his name. The issue was, Sir Thomas Audley was a very hated man, possibly the most hated in all of English history, because he acted as the right-hand man for Henry VIII. So during the Reformation, when lots and lots of Catholics were executed, he was the man who signed all their death warrants. So he was so hated, at his own funeral, his wife said, the only thing colder than the ground above was the man's heart below. So even his wife didn't like him.
So this is rebuilt in 1982.
Yeah, so
This
build was first built in the 1800s, but then they had to knock it down and rebuild it when double-decker buses came to Cambridge because it wasn't wide enough for them. But the actual version of this bridge, which was here before that one, was hundreds of years old. So it's actually over 2,000 years there's been a bridge sat in this place. And the first version of it was around 70 AD, and it was a Roman bridge. But this one here is built entirely out of cast iron. Henry VIII was around about 400, 500 years ago. So he died in 47, sorry, and he set up a college a year before he died, and I'll show you that one as we go past. And this here is the deepest spot on the entire river. This is about 3 meters here, but it is supposedly the most beautiful. So they filmed a lot of films here, including, have any of you ever seen The Theory of Everything about Sir Stephen Hawking? So they filmed that, and there's a very famous scene shot here, and also a lot shot around the corner, which I'll show you as we go past. This one, so this is all still part of St John's. This is actually the Fellows Garden. So the Fellows Garden, each college normally has one of its own gardens for students and one garden for fellows. And the Fellows Garden's often smaller, but much more beautiful. And that there is it. So you're not allowed in there.
is Fellows one.
Pardon?
Fellows.
Fellows, yeah. So this is the very prestigious one. You're not really allowed in there if you're not, well, if you're with a fellow, it's fine. But otherwise.
Newton bridge that is made with wood.
Pardon?
Newton bridge.
Newton? Yeah, no. So Isaac Newton, he actually didn't go to his college. He went to Trinity up ahead, and he wrote the first book on the principles of Mathematica. So he founded the principles of maths. And then his books, the original copy, is actually kept in the library up ahead. And this bridge behind me, so this is the Bridge of Sighs. It gets its name off a bridge in Venice, but it actually looks nothing like the bridge in Venice. So when Queen Victoria visited Cambridge, she pointed it out and said, that looks just like the Bridge of Sighs. She was trying to sound international, trying to sound well-travelled. She was wrong. It looks nothing like that. It actually looks like the Bridge of Rialto. However, the college was so desperate to please her and make her happy, they decided to name it that anyway. And it's actually one of 4 Bridge of Sighs in the world. So there's one in Venice, there's one in Oxford, and there's one here in Cambridge, and then one final one in Las Vegas. They decided to name one after that as well. And this here is Kitchen Bridge. So St. John's used to have their kitchens across the way, and they would carry them over here.
Is this the oldest bridge?
No, I'll show you the oldest ones we go past. So if any of you ever watched Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. So, a very, very famous film and book here in England. And C.S. Lewis, the writer, he used to go to Magdalen, the college you saw over there. And the 2 fawns up there, the little goat figures, apparently what inspired one of his main characters, Mr. Tumnus. And this, over my right shoulder here, is the new court building. So this is a building from St. John's. It's built in 1511. And it was designed to be almost perfectly symmetrical to the naked eye. Cambridge College in total is worth about 5 billion, its net worth, if you pool all its assets. This college alone is about 1.87 billion. So this is nearly 2/5 of all the colleges in Cambridge. And if you combine St. John's, which is 750 million, the 2 of them are richer put together than all 29 other colleges. So these 2 are by far the biggest and richest colleges.
These two. And these two have also rivalry.
Yeah. A very fierce one. So you remember I mentioned Henry VIII. It's a very similar story. So Henry VIII established, this was the college he set up before he died. So he set this up in December of 1546. And then 3 weeks later he died in 47 January. And unfortunately he left all of his assets and his wealth to this college. So they now own an exceptionally large amount of land in the country. So all that land that Henry VIII seized during the Reformation, he gifted to this college when he died. So they now own 50% of the land under all Tesco's, so all the biggest supermarket in the country, and the land under Felixstowe Harbour, which is our biggest port, and also the land under the O2 Arena. So they basically make their money by renting land. Trinity Hall is a lot smaller, and it's actually about 300 years older. So Trinity Hall combined with Clare Hall over there, Clare College there, and in town Corpus Christi, the 3 of them together make up the Black Death colleges. So during the Black Death, about 50% of the population of the UK died, and of priests, 90% of them died. So because they were there to attend to the last will and testament of every dying man, woman and child, so they were there to kind of look after them in their last hours. So many of them died. It was more than doctors, more than grave diggers. So Cambridge University took it upon themselves to repopulate the priest population. So they set up these 3 theological colleges. And then this here is King's Bridge. So it's not particularly famous within Cambridge, but internationally it's one of the most famous items on the river. So in the 1920s, long after it was built, in the 1920s, a famous Chinese poet who was called Shu Mao, he stood on this bridge after his time in Cambridge. He studied at King's, and he wrote a poem called Farewell Cambridge as he was leaving.
Oh my gosh, guys, look, it's so big, guys. Wow, like it's so cool. Guys, and also know about something in here in punting, you can also bargain the prices with the punters and everything, so make sure that you know that. Okay, guys? Yeah, and also if you have any questions, you can ask your punter, like whatever questions you have, they will answer it for you. And yeah, like it was so cool, guys. Yeah, we went punting after mom's video, remember? Yeah. So guys, that is it for today's video. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, give us a big thumbs up, share this video with your family, friends and relatives, and also comment down below if you have any video requests or anything. And comment down below how you liked this punting tour. Did you like this video better or our mom's day out better? Comment down below. And also guys, in the end, Eid Mubarak, guys. That is it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Eid Mubarak.